Hello everyone, my name is Professor Mega. I have exciting news for you today. We're going on a trip to the NASA Space Center. A month ago, NASA launched a new rocket on November 16th this year, carrying an Orion spacecraft that cost $20 billion to the moon. Known as Artemis 1, this incredible rocket is the most powerful rocket ever built. Wow, it must be hard to make this. These rocket scientists have done a miracle. Yes, of course. And we'll also explore how rockets are made today and how they work. Let's go! Why do all rockets look similar? To answer this, we have to know each rocket has many different parts, each part with its own purpose. Even the shape matters. A rocket is usually made in the shape of a round cylinder. The atmosphere is hard to break through, with all those air pressure pushing it down. The sharp tip of the cylinder helps us fight the air pressure blasting through the atmosphere. The outer skin of the rocket is covered with aluminum and titanium. These elements are perfect for rockets because not only they are strong, they are also lightweight. Surrounding the rocket are two long white cylinders called rocket boosters. What is their purpose? Open up your imagination. Do they look like guards guarding their master? Yes, but close. The boosters are not guarding the body of the rocket, but they are supporters. They are shaped like cylinders with a sharp tip, like the rocket. Their tips teamwork with the rocket to fight the air pressure. In the inside of the very bottom part of the rocket, which the boosters are surrounding, is the nozzle. The nozzle is a tube letting hot gases flow through. This picture is an example of scientists testing the nozzle during the construction of a rocket. Above the nozzle is the oxidizer and the liquid fuel tank. The purpose of the oxidizer is to release oxygen from the tank. The purpose of the liquid fuel tank is to let rockets power up and make its way to space. Professor Mega, why don't rockets use gasoline like we use in cars instead of liquid fuel? Oh, that's a very good question. Liquid fuel is actually made of hydrogen. Hydrogen is a lightweight element, and just a teeny tiny bit of them takes up a whole lot of room. But for gasoline, they are too heavy for a rocket. Wait, Professor Mega, how is it possible that liquid fuel is made of hydrogen? Liquid fuel is liquid and hydrogen is gas. The answer is that you can turn gas straight into liquid by cooling it down. The complete reverse of heating up, where liquid evaporates into gas. It goes the same with hydrogen gas and liquid fuel, or liquid hydrogen. Scientists do this by cooling the temperature of the hydrogen down to -400 and 200 and 23 degrees Fahrenheit. And that's way, way cooler than the coldest place on Earth, Antarctica. Back to parts of a rocket. Next, there's the parachute. It helps the top of the rocket land safely on the ground or in the water with the astronauts. The very top of the rocket includes the nose cone, one of the only parts that get to go into space. The nose cone carries the astronauts with 2 or 4 seats located in it. Feeling exhausted from my advanced teaching? Well then, let's visit the rocket factory and see how rocket builders build rockets. Time to teleport to the rocket factory. Building rockets is a difficult job. It requires a lot of time, work, and of course, lots of money. Because they are extremely expensive and it costs millions of dollars to build one. Building a rocket needs 2 requirements: to make sure it can fight gravitational pull to blast through the atmosphere, and to make them have motion. Rocket scientists depend on the 3 Newton's laws of motion to build a rocket that moves correctly. Rocket parts are loaded one by one onto the mobile launcher. According to a NASA website, in an example of building Artemis 1, NASA says, the process all starts in the iconic vehicle assembly building at Kennedy with the mobile launcher. Recognized as a Florida Space Coast landmark, the Vehicle Assembly Building, or VAB, houses special cranes, lifts, and equipment to move and connect the spaceflight hardware together. Back to the rocket factory. First, the body of the rocket is carried in. Then, the rocket boosters are stacked. And then, the core stage is brought in by crane. Next, NASA workers added the launch vehicle stage adapter that lowered the interim cryogenic propulsion stage into place. Some companies, like SpaceX, get creative to improve the history of rocket building. For example, the engine of Falcon 9, a SpaceX rocket, has 3D printed engines. SpaceX also launched the world's first recyclable rocket. Next, let's get on a rocket and fly to space with the other astronauts to explore rocket flight. Blast off! Professor Mega, I have a question. When a rocket blasts off, it looks just like a rocket. But when it reaches its destination, which is space, the rocket is gone except for its top portion. Why is that? Good question. That's what we're gonna explore now. During its flight, some parts of the rocket falls back to Earth and only the nose cone remains. That's because a rocket needs a lot of energy to push it through the air pressure of the atmosphere and out of the Earth, so much energy that some parts of it run out. For example, when the rocket boosters run out of energy, they fall to the ocean. Then NASA workers would track its location and use ships to carry it back to the station, and scientists reuse it. It goes the same with the other parts. The nose cone reaches space, because it's the one that carries the astronauts and the cargo. Rocket landing, rocket landing. Yay! We finally made it to space after so much work and time. Running out of fuel. Oh no! The fuel tank is running out of fuel. It's too small. Dropping back to Earth. Phew, there's the parachute. Oopsie.